There we go. Hey y'all, how are y'all? I'm back to y'all again today with another video, and as you can probably already tell, a disclaimer in the front of the video. I'm gonna be talking about some pretty wild stuff today. Hopefully I stay with a YouTube channel. But first off, pray for me and my family. It's been a pretty trying time. If you want me to be completely honest with you, um, it hasn't really been the easiest for us, um, emotionally, emotionally and physically, hasn't been the hasn't been the easiest time for me and my family currently. But it's nothing that we can't get over. It's nothing in front of us is impossible. But yeah, I'm gonna ask for y'all. I'm gonna ask for y'all prayers. That's the best thing you could always ever do for me. Um, but yeah, before we dive into this podcast, I got this inspiration today. I got this inspiration pretty on the fly per se. Um, and I really wanted to give it out to y'all because once again, I want my podcast to be meaningful. I want it to mean something. I want it to, you know what I'm saying. I want it to still have some substance to it, no matter what we do. You know what I'm saying. And I want to have fun on this thing too. I really, really do. I really, really do. At some point, I am gonna fill in my YouTube channel with like different trips to different places as I learn how to like edit out for different vlogs and all that kind of good stuff and everything. Everything is a learning curve and a learning process. But I actually had the idea from yesterday. Our mayor, which I interviewed. Damn. Yeah. Hey, look, that one was tough. That one was tough. But a mayor who I interviewed twice, actually had the news come up to him, and the news came to ask him some questions pertaining his there was a pending lawsuit, and they came to ask some questions about the lawsuit, and Mayor Cranford answered them and was like, "Hey, everything's being handled and being settled, and stuff is getting done for it, and he would no longer like to speak on the matter, speak on the term, or whatever the case it may be." And that's all they came for. That's all they came for. I thought the news would probably prepare like a few more questions pertaining other areas of stuff, but no, they only came to talk about his one lawsuit. They didn't ask him, "Hey, it's been X." Like usually when you come up with someone like that, you say like, "Hey, it's been X amount of days since you've been mayor, since you've been governor, since you've been president. What have you done so far?" I thought it would have been some of those questions, but it wasn't. And so that's where kind of like the inspiration for my video comes from. So first things first, I talked to the first things to start off this video. I talked to the news lady, and very nice lady, I might add. Um, both of those people I can say were extremely cordial. Her and I believe the other guy was named Gary, and I got both of their contact informations, and I asked them a few questions about my podcasting and my recording equipment and stuff as they were leaving the office. And what was so weird is that she said, and I knew this would happen, but like I didn't think about it. So I asked her, I was like, "Hey, I would love to interview you on my podcast." Now, obviously, I know you have to go through some stuff to do that, but I would love to interview you to go on my podcast. And she says, "You know what? Let me get with my uppers, and then we'll see if we can do that." I actually do want to see if I can do that. So I sent her over a text message. And matter of fact, I'm going to go ahead and cue that text message now. Boom, it's up there. It should be up there. Um, those are the text messages between me and her. And what was weird about it was is that like when I finally thought about it, I was like, well, why can't she just sit down and talk to me? Which I thought was extremely interesting. She told me that I didn't at first, she told me that I didn't have to send over any questions. She told me in the office, like, hey, if we were able to do it, you wouldn't have to send over any questions. And I was like, seems like a security precaution to not take, but okay. Um, but what's weird is that she can't sit down and talk to me. Now, let me mind you, this is the same woman who News Channel 12 said, yeah, you can go. Hold on, y'all. Give me a second. Give me 1 second. Let me get this guy what he needs. Y'all, back again, back. All right. So to continue off where I left from, I forgot exactly where I was, but it's kind of weird, and it's kind of weird to me that we allow this woman that me and you don't know to go up to our mayor and ask him questions involving that kind of stuff and involving different policies and different things he has going on in his life, and to cover breaking news or whatever. But she can't sit right in front of me and answer simple questions. Now, I'm not saying that she would be against that. I think I think she's pretty cool or whatever, and I have nothing bad to say about her. But it's weird that News Channel 12 won't allow her just to sit down and answer a few simple questions. Very simple ones. The same way they come in and they just, like, hey, what's going on with this? It's the same way I would have delivered it. And if she felt I always tell everybody, hey, just kind of hit me with if you don't want to answer the question or something. I told her that and all. And for some odd reason, she can't come sit down in front of me. I don't know about y'all, but I find that to be kind of suspect. I find that to be kind of weird. My granddad actually just a minute ago sent me a video, and me and him are on two different sides of the spectrum. Not completely one way or the other, but he's very much on the Democratic side, which there's nothing wrong with it. Where is this burping coming from, bro? What did I eat, big dog? Golly. But he's on the Democratic side of things, and he was just sending me something. Now, on this Democratic page, it showed how much Trump lost, right? Which Trump usually is. Trump ran as on the red side of things. It showed how much money Trump lost. It showed how much money Elon Musk lost. It showed how much money Fox News lost on there. And that's when I was like, wait a minute. There's no way these news channels are also against each other too. How could you possibly be against each other if you're just sharing information? Like, there should just be a piece of information. There should be the truth, the fact, and every news channel on the planet should be responsible for just turning around and delivering just the truth. I wanted to sit in front of her because I wanted to ask her these questions. There's always usually a TV prompt behind the counter or whatever when they do the little live shows from their studio. But my question is do all the people there believe what's on the news prompt, what's being said from the news prompt, and who writes the news prompt? Because a lot of people for a long time have been giving the news crap for a long time. But now I'm starting to really wonder, where do we get great quality information from? Because if you just can't sit in front of me, an average everyday individual, I don't, no threats. I have no money to do anything to you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't put a meal on your head. Like, why can't you just sit down and talk to me? Which I find to be highly suspicious. They just, when people hit me, I hate when people hit me with everyone else is doing it, so everyone else thinks it, so you should think it too. Hell no. What? Hell no. I'm gonna ask questions. I was on the news channel, and then I was clicking on it, and I was looking to find myself because someone told me that they got a clip of Mayor Benji, and I was in the background on the clip, and in the commercial, It said in the commercial, it said, "This is brought to you by such and such sunscreen company." And then at the end of their advertisement, it said, "Oh yeah, and by the way, make sure you apply sunscreen every day." I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna be completely honest. I'm not gonna let y'all fall for that. I can't let you fall for that. You're not supposed to be putting on sunscreen every day. The sun is just fine for you. The sun is actually beneficial for you. The sun does absolutely amazing and wonderful things to the body. There's no need to guard yourself from it all the time. And if your skin, for some odd reason, can't take it, you have another underlying issue. The sun is not the problem. Me personally, I believe the world was created by a creator. So I don't think he made the thing that gives us light to show us what the heck we're doing. Because life could not be life without light. I don't think the thing he put in the sky is there to kill us. I don't. Call me crazy, but I don't. Information. It's just who exactly do we trust with the information now? I'm a big food guy. I've been noticing a lot of different changes and stuff as I've been changing my diet. I've noticed a lot of advancements in myself. First off, the ability to build muscle, and to build muscle pretty quickly too, has come across after I've started eating the right foods, working out properly, and understanding different mobility exercises and all that other stuff. But just to stay on food for now, let me talk to you something a little bit about glyphosate. Glyphosate is a pesticide. It's a chemical that they put on our food, and it is ranked as a carcinogen. As a matter of fact, let me drop the video now.
Potentially cancer-causing chemical is probably on most of the food in your house right now. Glyphosate is the most widely used herbicide in the United States today, and it is sprayed on so many of the foods we eat. It's probably in your house right now. In 2015, the International Agency on the Research of Cancer classified glyphosate as a Group 2A carcinogen, stating that it was probably carcinogenic, cancer-causing in humans, and connecting it to non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. So what's the answer here? Choose organic, non-GMO food when you can, with things like honey. Make sure that it's certified glyphosate-free. If you're eating meat, opt for grass-fed, grass-finished, regeneratively raised beef, preferably from small local farms and farmers that you know. Those changes aren't always easy, but doing those things will almost entirely reduce your exposure to glyphosate in your diet.
After you've seen that video, that is a double board certified doctor that you just watched who has an opinion on glyphosate. Also, matter of fact, I got another screenshot from the CDC. Let me put that up now. Boom. That's the screenshot from the this is the screenshot from the CDC. Tell me how a chemical that is eaten by an animal gives the animal cancer but causes you no problems. Like, how does that work? Would you like me to spray something on your food that would give this cow lung cancer, give this pig lung cancer too? But they say, oh, no, I probably shouldn't do nothing to you. Would you eat it? It's just kind of interesting. You know what I'm saying? It's just kind of interesting. Now, to help you out with the food, this is Rayvon doing you a favor. There's an absolutely great app called Yuka. YUKA is the name of the app. I'm going to pop up a screenshot from their app in just a second. Now, Yuka is what I use to scan my food products so that I'm able to break down all of the ingredients and actually do some small individual research about what these ingredients are going to do to my body. Rayvon, good Lord. Rayvon, while I can't always get to the best foods possible because I live in Thompson, Georgia, number one, I live in one of those places where if you've seen the movie, God, what's the name of that movie? If you've seen the movie They Cloned Tyrone, and it goes in the movie, it's like a crazy, and if you haven't seen the movie, it's a crazy government experience about how they keep black people doing the same thing over and over again. You're born, you eat fried chicken, you're mad at a white person, you never make money, you smoke a lot of cigarettes, you get high cholesterol, you die. And you vote Democrat. Yeah, don't forget that. Yeah. You ain't black if you don't vote for me. Those are Joe Biden words, by the way.
Question, but I tell you, if you have a problem figuring out whether you're for me or Trump, then you ain't black.
It don't have nothing to do with Trump. It has to do with the fact I want.
Yeah, no, that pissed me off. I'm sorry. But either way, it's about how to keep the same black people doing the same dumbass stuff. Now, Yuka, I'm sorry. I'm gonna get back to Yuka. Yuka, I'm gonna put it on here. All right, so let me put up the screenshot. Boom. Screenshot from Yuka. All right. Yuka. Now that right there is what you're seeing right now is the results to fragrance. Hey, you doing okay? You got a card or you need one? Okay. Yes, ma'am. There you go.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. And all right, so and then boom. All right, cool. So there goes the fragrance thing. You see the fragrance thing, right? I'm sorry, y'all. I don't know if y'all have noticed, but I do got a bit of like, I be here, there, and everywhere. Some people might call it ADHD or ADD or whatever the hell. It don't matter to me. I'm not taking medicine for it because that's dumb. But yeah, fragrance. And in America and in Canada, you know that they are legally put fragrance on the ingredients of all hair products, hand soaps, lotions, body creams, moisturizer. They can put the word fragrance on there, and they legally do not have to tell you what they put in there to make it smell the way it smells. Explain to me how you got this cream of lotion to smell like Drake's bathroom. How'd you do that? How'd you get this body wash to smell like ocean breeze? It's just going to say fragrance. Fam, there's a law that says they don't have to give us information. That's literally basically what that is. That's literally basically what that is. Now, and my favorite part right here. This is my favorite thing we were going to get into. So on the Joe Rogan podcast, Joe Rogan brought on Dr. Robert Malone. Dr. Robert Malone is the medical director of the Unity Project, also the inventor of the 9 original mRNA vaccine patents. I say inventor, but he's basically the person who pioneered it. He drove the ship, and there was a lot of, don't get me wrong, every job is always important, but there's a lot of great people behind him, but he drove the ship. He sailed it. And This is what he had to say about the current COVID vaccine. I'm gonna play that clip now.
Of adverse events, and it's very clear that people that have natural immunity have a much higher risk factor for this whole spectrum of adverse events.
But even
if they get jabbed,
even though that's known, there's so many people out there telling people who've just recovered from COVID to get vaccinated.
it is there is a number of things here that are not supported by the science. I'll say gently. To be less gentle, since we're on the Joe Rogan show, I can speak freely. It's knucking futz. This is just wrong. It's not consistent with the data.
Well, it doesn't make sense either. What we know about natural immunity is that natural immunity, at least according to that study in Israel, which is like, 2.5 million people, I think, they said that it's between 6 and 13 times more effective than the vaccine.
That is 6 or 13 times more effective in preventing hospitalized COVID. It's more like 20 or
27?
more fold, 27-fold better at protecting against developing the disease. Remember, infection does not equal disease.
Right.
And that's only one of over 140 studies that document that natural immunity is superior to the vaccine-induced immunity. And, oh, by the way, as a vaccinologist and an immunologist, I wouldn't expect anything different.
Now that you've seen what you've seen, even he says out of his own mouth that really what it was is that individual it was a type of lockdown that would have made sense for America. It's a certain type of lockdown that would have made sense for America. Because he was, first of all, if you listen to his argument, you would understand that he said getting immune yourself is way better than actually taking a vaccine to be immune. Way better. Also, if you actually go watch that podcast, you'll notice, I believe it is a 60% chance, from what he said, a 60% chance, higher increase of getting COVID and dying from COVID if you get it in this order. In this order, you have a 60% higher chance of dying from COVID. In this order that's what he said. That's not what I said. That's what he said. So if you get COVID, then get the vaccine. If you get COVID, then get the vaccine. After you've gotten COVID already, you have a 60% higher chance of having larger adverse side effects, which will obviously lead to what? Death. Joe Rogan doesn't have a YouTube channel. Joe Rogan can only be found on Spotify. Only. Why is that? Who's making the money? Who's in charge of the resources that likes to withhold information from us? I just saw something about a food pyramid that just came out that said this certain type of cereal, I forgot what it was like Frosted Wheat Thins, are more essential in your diet than grilled chicken.
Scientists to study some of their unhealthiest products and recommend them as a crucial part of a healthy diet. So now we have a brand new food pyramid where frosted mini wheats are healthier than grilled chicken. I swear. Primetime decided to dig into this little study today, and it was done by researchers at Tufts University, a safety school.
You don't even, matter of fact, do me a favor. If you don't believe me at the end of this video, please look it up. Matter of fact, if you believe me, please look it up. Look up everything. Research everything. Test everything. You got to start asking yourself questions. Most of this country, not Ray Vaughn, but most of this country disagrees, a large portion of this country disagrees with how the trans and queer community is trying to reach out to us. Back again, y'all. So, and people don't like the way, like I was saying, the way the trans and the queer community, or whatever however y'all want to be called, we don't like the way that they're reaching out to us as well as reaching out to our children, which is very odd. Please don't come into my household. Please don't. I'm saying please now. I will kill you. And yeah, no. I'm not even gonna talk no more about that. I'm so serious. Disney went in this direction. Disney is now down in its stock about $195 billion. And Amazon is probably here Amazon's looking like the number one buyer because at the end of the day, it's still Disney, so it's worth a good little bit. And Disney actually owns a lot of other companies too. Like they own Pepsi, like they own a lot of stuff. But Amazon's looking like a pretty good buyer because Amazon got a lot of money and they're probably going to buy out Disney at some point because they went down this crazy agenda that they trying to push on us for some odd reason. If you're going to be gay and be here, because there's a lot of gay people who don't even agree with it. There's a lot of gay people who don't even agree with it. I'm not coming here to tell you to not be gay, but I'm coming here to tell you, you don't tell my kid to be gay. You don't tell my kid just because she's a girl and she wants to use a shovel in the dirt or something, she's a man. Hell no, big dog. That's not how that works. That's not how that works at all. Information, y'all. Get the correct information. Get the proper information. Stop just looking at one person say one thing. Don't even entirely listen to me today. It might change. Something I might say might be different tomorrow. That's cool. But I just wanted to get y'all this video today. I finally done kind of sort of fixed my audio problems, but it's costing me basically. It's actually saving me money, but costing me at the same time type deal. But I love y'all. And thank y'all so much for being any type of interested in whatever the heck Rayvon's talking about. I really, 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 really appreciate it. I'm going to go back and look at this video. I'm going to do the editing that I need to do. It's probably not even the greatest because I don't rehearse anything. This wasn't rehearsed, literally none at all. Hey, how you doing? None at all. But I love y'all. Y'all have a blessed one, okay? Deuces.